Okay, so our next contestants were Camryn and Rowdy. And what did they say?
Yes. They sang I Remember Everything, which is, ooh, that's a scary thing to say to your partner. I Remember Everything by Casey Musgraves and Zach Bryan.
I mean, you women do. You keep receipts.
We
But
do.
we're not going there tonight. That's another conversation.
Not tonight.
Okay. I'm going to talk about the Be Real first. I said Gwen is giving incredible performance advice. Incredible performance advice. And Gwen, you're giving away secrets because she talked about, what that alter ego that you have when you are on the stage, that it may not be you, but it really is a part of you. And
Come on.
I just thought that was wonderful, wonderful advice, wonderful way to
Yeah.
articulate how to move a crowd or how to, exude realness in your stage presence, because people can read right through stage presence when it comes to fakeness, if that's a word.
Right.
I'm kind of nervous. I was kind of nervous about this one because what I was hearing in the Be Real was not that good. And I was nervous because Gwen was saying things like, okay, that was way better this time. And when you say something like, that's way better, I was like, oh, that means it probably was pretty rough. And that's not saying too much, unfortunately. I said, I need more intensity, energy. I didn't feel like Camryn and Rowdy were giving me enough energy with this song. This song had great lyrics to it. But on the other hand, I felt like they emoted the lyrics pretty well. Like I was following the story, but I wanted more. I wanted more connection and more duet energy. I never really felt like the two of them were together. I felt like it was people singing a duet. There was no chemistry, really. Rowdy, unfortunately for me, is just not that strong of a vocalist. And I think that's what the problem was for me. And then I put yet. I said I put ... yet, because I think Rowdy needs a few more years of like more experience, because I think he does have a good voice. I just don't think he's ready for a show like this quite yet. Camryn has a very interesting tone to her voice that I really want to hear more of. I felt like Camryn was a real pro because I almost felt as if she had to hold back to match him, if that makes sense. And that's unfortunate but sometimes you have to do that because it'll look foolish if you do not. I want to hear more of Camryn. Rowdy, I think that I loved your story. I loved that your wife, got you to audition for the show, but I really think that you need to gig more and become more comfortable in performance skin, if that makes sense. Stephanie?
Yeah, I think that there were a few things working against them in this performance. Number one, it is really, I would imagine that it would have to be really hard to be paired up with a young woman when you are newly married and your wife is not there. That's you can have all the trust in the world and
not there.
And a beautiful wife. Yes, absolutely.
Camryn's beautiful herself. That's the thing. It's hard. You're right. Because you got to keep it.
It's hard. It's just
you got to keep it professional.
Absolutely. But if Rowdy is a person that has not had a lot of experience on the stage, then that is an extra layer of professionalism and performance that he has not experienced yet. So trying to learn a song, trying to work with a partner, trying to find his own voice in a way, and trying to work with somebody else, that's a lot to navigate in a small amount of time. And I agree. I think that whole dynamic kind of held back Camryn's vocal a little bit. I also felt like the key was working against her. I didn't feel like the key was great for her. I felt like the key was a little bit better for Rowdy. I think that Rowdy he's got that, and I remember saying this about him in The Blinds, that he's got this classic old school country voice, full, round, solid voice. And if he gets a couple more years of experience of performing up under him, he can be a star. Because I remember his Blind and him looking at that camera, I was like, oh, you got that. He got that thing. So if he can get some more reps under him, I think he can be a star. Camryn has this really powerful, and the only word I could think to describe her voice was gooey. It felt warm, it felt rich, it felt thick. And I don't think that she was able to showcase that enough within this particular song. I hated this song for them. I did not like it at all. I just thought that this song brings about a vulnerability that neither one of them could really tap into, for whatever the reason was. And but it wasn't a horrible performance by any stretch. I just think that maybe another song would have been better for both of them all around.
Yeah, I agree. So who did they wind up picking in this one?
Camryn.
Yeah, I agree. I think Rowdy's just not quite there yet, but I think he's almost there. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.